Hello, Eagles, and welcome to Eagle News here with Mr. J. It is Tuesday, October 8th. We have no birthday shout-outs today. Only two things again happen this week. We have bus evacuation drills going to be happening tomorrow. So students, as your bus arrives, you will stay on your bus until the directions from your driver and administrator on how to evacuate your bus. And we will have house meetings this Friday to see if there's any Eagle magic, any extra bonus house spins. Our essential this week is knowledge is speaking and wisdom is listening. You can represent and demonstrate this essential by never interrupting others in a conversation unless it is an emergency. So you should let whatever conversation is happening to happen and then go ahead and ask your question unless it is an emergency. We should know what and what is not an emergency. And you should only speak if you are called upon in a conversation with an adult, group work, lunch, recess, or directed otherwise. So the rest of the time in my classroom, I should be quiet, listening, participating, definitely in the hallway. I don't have hallway on there as an area that you should be talking. And we'll talk about hallway behavior here in just a little bit. So houses, did you help? Or did you hurt your house yesterday? Take a look at our consecutive days. It looks like Mudita, Huli, and Kefi all had students who decided not to make good choices yesterday, whether that was in the building, in the classroom, in the hallway, at recess, at Encore. At some point, they decided just not to make a good choice and go ahead and let their house fall to zero. But hey, Duende, great job. Keep it up. You're at 7 straight days of good behavior. And with that, Duende, you are exactly at full health. Keep up the great work. Kefi, you're now down to 8 hearts. Now, Mudita, you did lose a heart yesterday, but if you remember your Eagle Magic, you actually have steak. So instead of us taking a heart, we take a steak instead. So that's what that steak represents there on that heart. But you still do fall down to 0. And then Julia, yeah, I have the oh my gosh look on because you guys lost 3. That is correct. 3 hearts yesterday. House Julia, this is not the Julia that I know. So we need to make sure that we start making better choices, especially when we are at recess. And Eagle Magic, there it is. We know that Kefi and Julia still have that shield. No idea what's going behind Duende. Mudita, you did have 2 stakes. We have used one of those stakes now, so you only now are down to 1 stake. Sportsmanship still is the same, and then now we talk about something new. This is called the stamina meter. So stamina meter is going to begin tomorrow. So we're allowing you today to watch the news. Your teachers are informed of this new expectation when it comes to our houses. So as you can see, we've got the 4 houses are listed. And what we do is we have a meter on there. This is going to go all for hallway behavior. Now we're looking at when you are as a house, when you are as a class, even if there's just a couple students that are going to the restroom. This is still hallway expectations that you are able to walk in that hallway in a 3S line. If you are unable to, your house is empty, your class is not able to, then we simply move the meter down. Eventually, just kind of like in sportsmanship, if you get to that last emoji, you lose a heart. If your meter gets all the way to the empty, the red, then your house does lose a heart. So right now we are all full. Now there is great news here because there are some classes that do a phenomenal job and they can walk in the hallway in a 3S line. So if we recognize that and we see that, well, one thing is going to happen, potentially a golden feather, some house points, and also the meter is actually going to go in the correct direction. You're actually going to gain spaces in the meter. Now, if the meter is already full, let's say, for example, Mudita, and it's there, and we recognize good behavior in the hallway, there's really nowhere else to go. So that's going to equal potentially golden feathers and or house points. But you don't want to get down to 0, get down to the red. If you get down to the red, you lose that heart, and then it simply restarts back up. At this moment, your house will not fall to 0 on consecutive days of good behavior. If you do get to the heart, just like for sportsmanship, you won't go to 0 in consecutive days. Instead, it just affects your hearts. This begins tomorrow. Great job to House Duende. You are still in the lead in first place. We have some houses that are very close, and just like last week, we're starting to see some gaps starting to form. So hopefully those houses will make better choices to keep their house going in the right direction. Our legacy thought of the day: what lies behind us and what lies before us. Those are tiny matters compared to what truly lies within us. Students, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. We love you, and leave a legacy.